Podcast. We stand Jake Odorizzi for at least one night. We stand Jake Odorizzi as he pitched 5 shutout innings against the red-hot Rockies, and the Astros offense came alive against the Rockies pitching as well. And what type of throw was that, Charlie Blackmon? It felt like the bad news bears right there. So we'll talk about this and more on tonight's Locked On Astros podcast.
It's the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello and welcome to Locked On Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Huysman and Brett H-Town Wheelhouse Chancey.
We are Locked On Houston Astros, and we hope that you join us for a daily Locked On Astros podcast. My name is Eric Huysman. You can find me on Twitter at Eric Talk Stros. You can find the show at Locked On Astros, your team every day. And you can find the owner and president of the Jake Odorizzi fan club. Where can they find you at, Brett?
Wait, why are you dubbing me the owner? Hold on. Just because Robel Garcia is hitting home runs in AAA doesn't mean you can dub me the Jake Odorizzi fan club.
Where can I find you at?
At WeKickTheRockiersButt.com. No, at H-Town Wheelhouse on Twitter, at Stros411 on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Always positive, always Stros. I did call it. I told several people on multiple multimedia accounts that Jake Odorizzi was going to bounce back today, and he looked good. And we'll talk about the key why I think that happened.
All right, so I know today's episode is brought to you by Spotify Green Room. We're probably going to do episode maybe on probably Sunday, because actually Eric has a lot going on Friday and Saturday. So
yes, he does.
We'll probably
do tell
on Sunday. So anyway, guys, Spotify Green Room, it's changing the way you talk sports. We'll be talking with you live, and you'll be part of the conversation. And it's very exciting to actually get to hear you. I know in this we get to actually see your comments, but you want to be part of the discussion. Join us, Spotify Green Room, and you just follow me at Eric Huysman, and you can follow H-Town Wheelhouse and become part of it, and you'll be notified every time we go live. So let's get started. This was the exact opposite of what we saw in Denver, and I know that the Rockies are a bad road team, and I think their record on the road shows it. Let me see. What's their record on the road?
They're now 30-42.
No. It's 13 and 41.
13 and 41. My bad. I don't know if it's 30. I meant 13. My bad, not 30.
Yeah, so 13 and 41 on the road. The Astros are now 67 and 46 on the season. So this was a win the Astros desperately needed, but this was a different Rockies team. The Rockies aren't the same. Maybe they don't have the, I don't want to say the banes on on the roads like they have at the homes, but they definitely don't play the same on the road, and it definitely shows on the record. So there's definitely something that they have a home field advantage over at Coors Field, and it has nothing to do with the cheating or anything. It's just they play better over there, and some people just have that home field advantage, and the Astros had that home field advantage today. It was good to be back. I mean, I know we're home already, but and Pedro Baez, he exists. And we'll have to talk about his velocity concerns a little bit later in the podcast. But he came back. He pitched a scoreless inning. And the Astros pitching staff as a whole looked pretty good today.
Yeah, they did. They blanked him. You didn't give up any runs. It was a clean game. Jake Odorizzi was pulled after 5, I wouldn't say strong innings, but good innings. His control was a lot better out there. His control was like, I think the difference for Jake Odorizzi was Martin Maldonado. Martin Maldonado was behind the plate, and I believe Jason Castro has been catching him most of the season. Martin probably turned him around, and that is the value that Maldonado holds. Even though some people may say he's a liability when it comes to his bat, not being consistent enough, or he grounds into double plays, or he doesn't hit home runs enough, whatever, his value as a battery mate for this pitching staff is huge. And Jake Odorizzi needed a change of mindset. And I think Maldi behind the plate, Eric, was the difference. And I mean, Odorizzi was getting those pitches high and just outside of the strike zone where they were swinging and missing, just off the edge of the plate where they were swinging and missing. And he looked really good today. I mean, way different than those 4 bombs he gave up in LA.
Yeah, so I know that the difference with Jake Odorizzi today was he was still a little wild. He was still struggling with command, but he didn't give up those hard hit balls like he normally did. Yeah, I think he only gave up 1 ball that was hit harder than 94 miles per hour. His so overall 5 innings pitched, 3 hits. He did walk 2 batters, only 3 strikeouts, 81 pitches, 49 strikeouts. 49 strikes.
Wow, 49 strikeouts. It's a record. You heard it here first.
All righty. I know that Emery, my friend Emery, went to the game today, and I know that Mattress Mac was giving away a whole lot of free tickets today. So props to him. I mean, it looked like he had like this many free tickets that he was giving away today. All you had to do is just go there. So props to Mattress Mac for doing that. But Odorizzi gave Astros fans something to watch. This is something that they needed. I think he needed. But I would just mean, I'm not saying that Maldi didn't have something to do with this, but I think the Rockies just don't play as good on the road. And I think that Odorizzi knew that he needed to make a change after that last game, because you said it. He sucked. He knew he sucked. So he knew he had to work on something. And so he probably worked in between starts. And I think that we saw that. So,
yeah. And also, they backed him up. I mean, they scored 5 runs. That may not be a ton, but it's more than 1 or 2. And they did it with 4 doubles, Eric. And the young guys, look at that. Taylor Jones stepping in for Yuli Gurriel, hitting like Yuli Gurriel out there, playing first base like Yuli Gurriel. I mean, he played an excellent game. Chas McCormick with the double. Michael Brantley with the double. I mean, they hit a lot of doubles today, and that's good, the extra base hits. They were scoring on the extra base hits. Carlos Correa got a hit off of John Gray's foot. Whatever, it's a hit. I still think Carlos Correa needs to ambush the first pitch. Everybody in MLB knows the scouting report is out. Carlos Correa will not swing at a first pitch fastball strike. He needs to start ambushing that first pitch fastball. It's the best pitch. When he struck out, it was the best pitch he saw in that at bat. When he struck out, it was a fastball that tailed up and rose in the strike zone. And so I would like to see more aggression from Carlos Correa at the very beginning, the first pitch of the at-bat going into this next game against the Rockies.
All righty. So before we talk about the offense, let's look at the FIPS, what the FIP says about the Astros pitching tonight. Overall, it was great. So let's look at the FIP score. So Odorizzi, overall, he had a 317 FIP. So the walks kind of led to that and the hits, but overall, that's not a bad for Jake Odorizzi. That's way below his season. I think his season's like 4.95, or it may have.
So what is it? So what is a good FIP for? I mean, people that are listening may not know. I mean, what is a like? Do you want your FIP to be 1 or 2?
No, I mean, I think around a 330 or 3, like mid 33. Like mid 3s, I think is a good FIP. So it's just kind of like an ERA. So it's just your so yeah, I would say that. Christian Javier pitched 2 innings. He had a 417 FIP. Then Pedro Baez had a 117 FIP, and then Blake Taylor, he had a 467 FIP because he only faced 2 batters and had 1 walk. And then Yimi Garcia had a 317 FIP. So overall, the Astros had a 3.28 FIP, which is kind of exactly where you want to be overall in the game. So that means that they probably should have allowed some runs, but the Rockies offense were on the road and they couldn't get anything done. So overall, the Astros pitching did great today. And Albert made a good comment here. Chazzy Fizz is making the Astros not miss, even though Miles Straw is doing great with the Indians, but I don't really care anymore because McCormick's making the Astros forget about him because he went 2 for 4 today. He had that big double, and He's just doing what he's supposed to do. His OPS is all the way up to 796, batting 257, and he's just getting the job done. And he's looking great out there in center field. And it's like Miles Straw, who?
There is something to be said about that. Of course, we know the camaraderie and the type of person Miles Straw was in the clubhouse, and certainly his personality is missed. But when Chas McCormick has the talent he does, and he's able to exercise that talent, he's just needed some consistent time in the field. That single that he got, when he hit that ball, Eric, I don't know what it was about his stance. I think it's because he stepped all the way out, but he almost looked like Jeff Bagwell when he hit that ball. It was because the way he rolled his hands over, it was a higher fastball pitch, higher in the strike zone. And just when I saw that swing, I got a vision of Jeff Bagwell. And I just thought that was kind of cool. And I was like, you know what? This guy has power. Like, he has the ability to get around. He's fast. He's got the glove out there in the outfield. And so it's good to have him out there doing good things. And you need guys like Taylor Jones. You need guys like Chas McCormick. They're probably just as valuable as anybody else on this team, because when Yuli's out, Bregman is still out for an extended period of time, which I was completely wrong about. But
We'll
off the
talk
evidence,
about that in a second.
yeah, I was going off the evidence I was given. So
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. But Bill Morton, I was talking about a play that third base turned around a game. Odo was kind of shaky before then. He turned it around. After that, Taylor Jones had that big double today. We'll talk about that in a second. But you know what? Bill Morton just made a comment there. But if you want to be part of the discussion, tell them a little bit about Spotify Green Room.
So Spotify Green Room is a perfect place to start and join conversations about the league, about MLB, heck, even about NBA Summer League, whatever it is you want to talk about. Green Room is where you go for watch parties, debates, post-game breakdowns, and of course, reacting to big-time news or rumors. You will have the chance to chat with myself and Eric, and you might even be able to be featured on our podcast, Locked On Astros, when you join us in the Spotify Green Room. So download the app, Spotify Green Room, look for myself, H-Town Wheelhouse, look for Eric Huysman, and join the MLB room, join NFL, NHL, whatever, NBA, whatever you're into, find the sport, because we will be talking, you will be featured. Many of our regulars who watch on our YouTube channel on a daily basis have taken part of the conversation, and you, the fan, make it a more valuable conversation and more fun to interact. So Spotify Green Room, they are changing the way that we talk about sports.
All right, I'm being trolled here. No, I don't really care about what Robel Garcia is doing.
Robel hit a 413-foot shot on the roof of a building in center field in Round Rock. He is killing his quadruple.
Is this
career.
The same home run or a different home run?
It's one today. He hit one today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. Dude, he's hitting tanks, Eric. He is trying to get back in your good graces. Okay. He heard that you dropped him as the president, and he wants the love and affection of Eric Huysman as the president of the Robel Garcia fan club.
Alrighty, so y'all remember the other day when a certain H-Town Wheelhouse, aka Brent Chancey, was like, "Oh yeah, Bregman's gonna be in the lineup on Tuesday. Y'all mark it down. Yo. That's how the dealio is. You see, he's got his little gangster hood, his hat there, and he's
like, what's up, man? Why you texting on my gig like that, man? What's up with you?"
But according to the rules, Alex Bregman was down there in AAA with the Skeeters for the 20 days that he was allowed to be down there. So
he had to come back.
So he had to come back, and he's not quite ready yet. So he, according to the rules, he has to wait 5 days before he can report back to another injury assignments.
They were yanking my chain there, Eric, because they said he will be in the lineup. He will be activated on the 10th, and they were lying. Man, that is not busting, as the kids would say, but it's all good. You know, Alex Bregman, I am a little concerned with how serious this injury is, because he keeps playing on it. Should he be even playing on it? Shouldn't he just maybe be resting?
I don't know, but I mean, even Chandler Rome threw some shade at the Astros, because he was like, well, I would ask them how Jose Altuve is doing after being hit by the pitch, but I'm probably just going to be fed some misleading information, and then later on we'll be told something different. So,
Yeah.
because Dusty Baker, before, I think he was on a radio station or something earlier today on Tuesday, and he said, well, I think Alex Bregman's going to need 2 more days to just relax or something before he's activated or something. And I think that was earlier today. And then James Click later on, it came out later today, and it was just like, just came out and just said, "Oh no, it's not going to happen." So,
it's been weird. Like, it has been a Eric. Here's the thing. I have a question. It seemed to me that there are a lot of mixed signals when it comes to the Astros communication of what's going on with their players. And I don't understand if it's a secrecy thing. I don't understand if it's a communication breakdown on all the different levels. But it seems to me that the Astros, at least publicly, come across as somewhat precocious, or they're not really going to tell you everything. And I don't understand what that is all about. You know what I'm saying? It just seems like there's several things that happen. And you know what? I'm not in the inside room, so I don't hear all the conversations. I may totally be misreading it from a perception standpoint. It just seems odd that nothing's really clearly communicated. We really don't know what the hell's going on.
All right, so this is James Click on Alex Bregman. He's working on getting his timing back. He'll be fine. Ultimately, this was just a move we had to make because of the way the rehab calendar works with Major League Baseball. He's feeling great. We're going to make sure his timing's back at 100%. His legs are 100% beneath him. He's been gone for almost 8 weeks. So when you've been down that long, sometimes it just takes a little bit of time to get their rhythm back and timing back in the box. That's why we're working on this point. And Dusty Baker made sure to point out that this was not a setback. This was something that was kind of planned. But then why the mixed signals? Why are you saying, well, we're going to talk to him and see how he feels and possibly
it's kind of like when Michael Scott said on The Office that he was all excited because he was going to go out on this date with this girl, and he waited all night for her, and then he realized she went to the dance with another guy named Michael, and it wasn't him she was going to the dance with.
Yeah.
It's just like, what the heck is going on? So Larry the GM's kind of clearing up some things about this. He said his clock was not up today, is what so what is it? So is Chandler Rome saying that he has, so you said he has to wait 5 days to report back?
And that day would be Friday, according to the Astros and according to what the media is saying. So,
okay.
I mean, I don't know. That's just what they're reporting. And so they're saying late August is when they're expecting him back. Dusty Baker said that he's been out since June 16th, and he came back to Houston on Sunday after playing back-to-back rehab games on AAA Sugarland Skeeters after his 20-day rehab window ended. The rule stated that Bregman must sit out 5 days before beginning another rehab stint, which could start as soon as Friday. And that's from MLB.com. So,
my thing is this. We need to be patient. Just like Mr. Tomas Rodriguez Jr. said, we need to be patient. And I mean, Bregman ailing and Bregman not being fully healthy doesn't help the team. You've got enough guys filling the gaps right now that it's okay. You want him healthy for the playoffs. And here's the thing, Eric. Bregman historically has not been great during the playoffs. It would be great to get him back right before the playoffs, get hot, and then go into the playoffs. Well, okay. No, Eric, he's had some moments, but go look at his career overall record and average in the playoffs. And it would be great for him. My point is this. It would be great for him to catch heat, catch fire towards the end of the season, be healthy, and take that into the playoffs. Because right now, if you look at the playoff standings, if we were to end today, do you know who the first series we would play against? Do you know?
No.
The White Sox.
Oh, okay.
It would be the White Sox. So that would be our first series. I wanted the Red Sox the first series, but the Red Sox have dropped all the way against the Oakland A's. The Red Sox are in some free fall. They need to start winning. They need to start winning some games because I just don't want to play the White Sox first series.
Yeah. So the Astros said that they administered 615 doses of the COVID vaccination during game. So I don't know if that meant it was you got free tickets if you got the vaccination today, but congratulations to that. Some other useful news: the Woodpeckers today got beat 21-5. So I love their tweet. They said, "Just keep scrolling. Nothing's." Like nothing to see here. But that's just crazy. So, in other news, Rafael Montero was placed on the 10-day IL. I know he left that game on the August 8th with a shoulder soreness. So, that's a big loss. But of course, Pedro Baez was activated. He pitched in today's game. And I love Twitter. You got to love Astros Twitter. They came out and be like, oh, of course, Brooks Raley avoided being DFA'd once again. But
like
so,
he's dodging raindrops, like he's out there running and DFA gets thrown at him and he like misses it.
yeah. But Andre Scrub was transferred to the 60-day IL, so he's that's how they were able to add Pedro Baez to the 40-man roster. Yeah, I said it right. So, but there is some concern about Pedro Baez's, I guess, velocity, and we'll have to talk about that in a second because that is a little bit concerning. I know he pitched a little good today. He didn't look terrible, but maybe Built Bar will help with velocity. I don't know if that's how it works. What do you think, Brett?
Okay, I don't know if I'm not going to false advertise. Built Bar will not help with your velocity, but it will help you as you're working out, trying to build up your velocity. See, there's how you segue into it. Built Bar is the best tasting protein bar in the land. It is wrapped in 100% chocolate. Hey, thank you for saying us. Love you guys, but the Giants, okay, it's your year. All right, thank you. Built Bar is amazing. They've got like double chocolate, strawberry, orange, cookies, and cream. They've got one right now. It's a limited time flavor. It's Rocky Road. It looks phenomenal. And so we're probably going to go get a box of those here pretty soon. Grasshopper cookies with the latest craze or raspberry, whatever you like. Get this, the USA track and field team even consumes these bad boys. So if world-class athletes and really awesome and really cool and popular and really neat podcasters are consuming Built Bars, why don't you? I mean, get on the Built Bar train with us. Go to Built.com. Use a promo code LOCKED15. That's LOCKED15 to get 15% off your first order. I promise you, take it from me, H-Town Wheelhouse. You won't go back to another protein bar because Built Bar is the best bar in the biz.
All right, so I bet that the Astros are going to make it to the playoffs this year. So what do you think the betonline.ag or who they'll be facing right now?
Well, if I were a betting man, I would say that betonline.ag is the only place to go because I've used them and I see for myself the results. They have all the information. They have all the latest news. You don't have to worry about betting on something that players that aren't in the game. They know what's going on. So go to betonline.ag. They have all your action for MLB, NFL coming up, NBA, NHL, UFC, you name it. Before the next pitch, the next Astros game, before 1:10 tomorrow when that game starts, go to your mobile device or laptop and go to betonline.ag. Look for the latest sporting news, sign-up bonuses, and contest information. Don't sit on the sidelines anymore, as this is your chance to get into the game as teams prep for the runs for the playoffs. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Use a promo code LOCKEDON. BetOnline, your online sportsbook experts.
All right, so a lot of y'all are saying, well, Eric, you can't bring up Baez's velocity and then not talk about it. So let's go and talk about Baez's velocity. So like during his rehab assignment, it was saying a lot of people were reporting that it was between 90 and 92. Last year, it was around 94 miles per hour. So that kind of shows you where he was during the rehab and where he was kind of last year. So now today's game, he was at 82.9 miles per hour on the changeup, which was down 5 miles per hour from last year. And he was at 92 miles per hour on the fastball, which was down 3.7 miles per hour from last year. And he only threw one slider, which was 81.4, which was down from 87.1 miles per hour last year. Yes, he's been dealing with a lot of stuff this year. He did have COVID. He did also develop some other injuries while trying to bounce back from COVID and trying to ramp up for the season. But that is a concern, especially with somebody like Baez. So hopefully he has a month and 20 days to kind of get that velocity up if he wants to make the playoff roster. But this is another guy that the Dodgers have been relying on for several years. This is a guy that works really slow, as y'all saw today, but he can get outs and he can get big time outs.
Yeah, I think having Pedro Baez back is excellent, or not back here for the first time is good, and give him some time. You got to realize he hasn't pitched all season, and we're talking about this on August 10th. Another thing to just kind of go back to something. Alex Bregman's playoff average is 229. And so if y'all were doubting my playoff knowledge prowess, he has an on-base percentage of 348 and an OPS of 777. And so Alex Bregman
and Clayton Kershaw.
As long as he's hitting against, he has 11 home runs, but he's only batting 229 in the playoffs. That's not great. So here's the thing.
Hey, remember that one show that guy kept on saying, but he sucks in the playoffs. He sucks in the playoffs. And we said, we'll talk about that later.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Here's the thing though. Every postseason is a new postseason. So I don't care what a guy did last year. It's what he done for me lately. My hope is that he gets hot when he comes back and he carries that over to the playoffs. He's going to have to, because we're going to be going against the best. In the Major League, in the American League, we have some very good opponents to go against pitching wise.
Can I tell you what Baez had to say about his velocity?
Yeah, go ahead and give us the breakdown.
All right. So he said, I think the most important thing for me is to get outs. The velocity will come after. It's been a long time since I've been competing. For right now, I'm focused on getting outs, and little by little, the velocity will start coming back. And Dusty Baker says, we're glad to have Baez back. He was never here. So how can you say you're glad to have him back?
Thoughts by Baez.
No, this is Dusty Baker.
Thoughts by Dusty.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That was a good impression. Come on.
Sort of. We hope to get the Baez that we signed. And so the only way to find out is to put him on the mound. And Dusty Baker didn't waste any time putting him in the ninth inning today. So basically he threw him in to the fire right away. And I know he had a 5-run lead, but Dusty Baker didn't waste any time. And a lot of people were wondering, why did you pull Jake Odorizzi so soon? He was only at 81 pitches. And
because
the bullpen?
Because he's Jake Odorizzi. You want him to go 3 times through the same lineup?
Yeah, that's one reason, but also he had success. Why leave him in there? Kind of going off what you said. Why leave him in there to have a episode, an inning where he blows up and experiences failure after he pitched so well? But another reason, you had an off day yesterday on Monday. You were going to have another off day on Thursday. So you can use all your relievers basically. So why not?
Exactly. We need more pitchers. We need the pitching arms, and we need ways to keep Brooks Raley off of the mound. Great human being, phenomenal guy. I'm sure in person would be probably a joy to even talk to. But
he's Dusty Baker's best friend, I'm sure.
Apparently so. Apparently him and Dusty. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. But hey, I see this being mentioned in our chat. Baptism in the ism. That's a great handle there. The Giants and Astros World Series, I would absolutely love that. I think that would be phenomenal. I think it would be even better is if Dusty Baker won it in San Francisco against the Giants with the Astros. That would be awesome. And then he could, and then you give him a kayak and he could just row away on over in McCovey's Cove. That would be hilarious. Let's make it happen. Hey, Alex, are you listening? Let's make it happen. We need a kayak, McCovey Cove, Game 6 of the World Series. Astros win. Dusty not sails away, but rows away. I would love it.
What would be a great promotion for the Astros is to have some fans, not on the field because they can't be on the grass, but have fans see if they can throw further than Charlie Blackmon did.
Oh, as a promotion, yes. Throw
Just
further than Charlie Blackmon and have like a tape mark like somewhere on the field.
yeah.
Gosh, that looked bad, Eric. And when you said you hadn't seen that since you coached T-ball, dude, I don't even know if I've seen that in Pony League. Like that was clearly what happened. He looked up to throw it, and I think he tried to keep it back because the cutoff man went to first base, like went behind first base. I guess thinking that Taylor was going to stop it first.
Yeah. I think he changed his mind at the last minute and just let it go. But when your center fielder has to run to go get the ball, that's in a major league game. That's just hysterical. And it was just a moment that I'll never forget. But Jose Urquidy did throw a bullpen, and he's going to be reporting to Palm Beach, and he's going to actually begin a rehab assignment. So he's going to start doing actually pitching in games. So that's a big time assignment. And they're expecting him to return sometime in September. Is he going to be able to build himself up to be a starter? Hopefully. I think they're going to probably take baby steps with him. He hasn't pitched since June 29th. So
Odorizzi or Urquidy? Odorizzi or Urquidy? Why not? I mean, or Urquidy, Odorizzi. I mean, I don't know if you want Odorizzi in the mid-late innings, but if Odorizzi can find his stuff, Eric, if he can become that all-star kind of levelish type pitcher that he was in Minnesota, I mean, let him go 3 or 4 innings, or even, go into the 5th and then bring in Urquidy, man. Why not?
MJK Production said that Blackmon didn't even fix the divot he made.
Yeah, for real. That was
there and like dig around it, then kind of pat it down. Come on, Blackmon. He doesn't know the rules of golf. So tomorrow's game is going to be an early one. Like, oh, by the way, there's a flash sale going on.
There is.
If you can get off, you can get those field level seats for $25. So there's a flash sale going on.
I was going to go, and I said, hey, Eric, let's go. And he's like, it's at 110. And of course, we're both back on our regular school schedule with the real world. So
in today's game, it's going to be Antonio Cincentella versus Framber Valdez, and it's going to be I know that we had Paul Holden on yesterday, and he was like, yeah, I think the Rockies are going to win game 1. I think that John Gray is going to take care of business, and I'm like, I think that Jake Odorizzi is going to suck, and blah, 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 blah. But I think
you did. You called Odorizzi. You called Odorizzi pitching bad.
Yeah,
I said he's going to turn it around. Did I not?
So do I need to say, okay, I think that Framber Valdez is going to suck.
I think here's the thing. I think both of us are terrible at predicting games. I'll just be real honest. We are so inconsistent. Hey, when we get it right, we look like geniuses, but I don't know if I think we get it wrong more than right, but hey, we're no sage or, fortune tellers here.
Yeah, so I think that Framber Valdez is going to come out and handle business. And guys, the Rockies just suck on the road, and it doesn't matter. You can basically throw. I think Brandon Backey can come out of retirement and pitch against the Rockies and probably pitch at least 2 shutout innings versus.
Dude, he lives down the road from me. I just found that out. I got to go play catch with the guy. That'd be cool.
Yeah. So I think this is going to be an interesting game, and then they get another day off. And then who's coming up next? It'll be the Angels. The Angels we're still waiting to see what's happening with Mike Trout. And then Mike Trout and then Anthony Rendon will not be in the lineup. So
honestly, I don't know what's going on with Mike Trout. Are they waiting for him to get cleared to come back?
I don't know. I don't think they said they're basically doing the no comment.
Oh yeah.
So, no, I don't know what's going on. So yeah, we love Blackmon's throw, and I think I can pretty much throw further than Blackmon. I promise you I could do that. So I can guarantee that. I think that's all we got. Hopefully Bregman can get back and get under control, get his timing back, because the Astros do need him, but Thankfully, Taylor Jones is stepping up big time. Oh, Yuli Gurriel, update on him. He's expected to come back as soon as eligible, which is, I believe, on Friday as well. He was a full participant in the pregame workouts, so that looks good for him coming back on Friday. So hopefully he's coming back. And so we'll see. And
Rashawn, yeah.
Yeah, so the Angels are waiting to make the playoffs before they bring back Mike Trout. But
I guess he's not coming back for 10 years.
So anyway, good job, Jake Odorizzi. For one game, you look like an all-star. So now just bring the fire next game, and let's go to 6 innings, and we'll go to 7 innings. But he doesn't really need to do that. I think, like Zach Greinke said, in the playoffs, you don't go. Most managers don't go 5, go deep with their starters anyway. So, are you gonna wrap and close out the show?
Oh no, you don't. I can't spoil y'all like that. I can't play all my cards this year like that. But no, I'm just gonna say, way to go, Jake. We're gonna call it Gangsta Jake, and we just want to see it again. All right, from H-Town Wheelhouse and Locked On Astros. We're your team every day.
Betting on the Astros and Brett doing weird things doesn't have to be a guessing game. If you listen to the new Locked On Bets podcast, hosted by your boy Q and handicapping expert Lee Sterling. Get daily picks, blowout special, wrong team favorite picks, and Lee Sterling's Lock of the Day. Follow the Locked On Bets podcast hosted by betonline.ag, wherever you get your podcasts. And make sure you keep on subscribing to the Locked On Astros podcast on YouTube. Let's keep up the subscribers and keep on liking the show, and let's go Stros. And hopefully we have we're probably not going to go right after the show tomorrow, but we will be going at probably at 8:30 tomorrow, and go Stros.